Hello. Says I'm live, so I trust it. I don't have. I see people that go on live and they sit there for 2, 3 minutes while they're. If it says you gone live, trust it. You gone live and start talking. Don't leave us sitting here going. Do they know if they're live yet or what? Man, just trust that you're live. Yeah, Jack Stuef was not brave and in the wood. He's a chicken shit. He can't come out. People have, oh, Jack said that. I've never seen Jack say anything. All I've seen is Jack write things, maybe, and you don't know if Jack wrote those things. Both his brother and even Packer Jack. Packer Jack's involved with professional sports. Hey, Bobby. Packer Jack's involved with professional sports promotions, and that's what Larry Burke does also. He's in uh, public relations for National League Baseball, and he or he's the big shot at Sports Illustrated. Uh, Gee, isn't that kind of the same line of work as Kyle Stuef? And then if Kyle Stuef and Packer Jack and Larry Burke are all involved in promotions for professional sports, I think that they're tied together. They're all part of the same team. Except, like I said before, it's compartmentalized, meaning that they each have their part, but none of them know the whole story. But there is, I don't think you could do something like this with just one lawyer. You'd have to, because you got to have one lawyer watching the other lawyer. you know. Oh. um. So yeah, you just got a message. Somebody wants me to gift them an NFT, and I'm thinking, because if I gift it, if you got it from me, even if you got it for free, um, when you sell it to somebody, I get 10% of that. So, okay, give it away for free. And I don't make anything until somebody sells it. But every time it's sold after that, I make money on it. So I like that. I like that concept. That concept might work. So it might be getting out some free NFTs. If you're into NFTs and especially if you're in the Chase community and you want a few NFTs gifted, as long as I'm the top of the pyramid for that NFT, then fine. Because I'll make money when you sell it, and that works for me. Just so I'm not getting nothing. And speaking of getting, Forrest in that Dale talking to Forrest, and Forrest saying, "Oh, the IRS is it's gonna cost this much for this and this much for that, and the IRS is gonna take half of it, and blah blah blah." Now that's if the IRS isn't going to interfere with receiving the treasure. Okay, the person receiving it, before you tell anybody, you get a lawyer. You lawyer up and before you tell them and stuff. And then what you want to do is you want to get that thing in an exhibition contract for it with maybe a casino or something, where you're going to get some income for it, and you're going to make a deal with them that they are going to provide legal protection for you, and you have a contract that you don't have the treasure chest. Actually, all you have is a income from it. You have an annuity You know, every month or every year you get a certain amount, and they can't tax you on money you haven't made. You own it, yes, but no, you can only tax me on the money I make on it. You can't tax just for one thing. That's gold. It's not gold is not a Federal Reserve note. They don't own it. They don't have any claim to it. They don't have a right to your property. They don't. They're a private. The Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve and the IRS. Neither of them are the government. They are private corporations, and you don't owe the private corporations anything. Oh, there. Yeah, I got to put the link up, Street. Let me get that. Yeah. I'll get this link going here. I got to find. I sent it out to a few, but on Facebook, but I don't have. Street ain't on Facebook. So copy, and then I go over to. I think I'll be on there. Yeah. Oh, I got to mute before I click on it, or the video will start playing and broadcasting over top of itself. Come on. There we go. Paste. And dunk. There it is. You know, I had thought about, like Forrest says, you want to keep quiet, don't tell anybody, you know? So, okay, I'll start practicing being quiet. Once they complete the action, then I'll be quiet until I'm legally protected, at least. But the other thing is, Jack's chicken shit. He do the pop out. Pop out chat. Now I got to keep an eye on the guest thing. Wait for that thing to come up because it doesn't go beep beep and let me know. Oh, and I got to turn off my Bluetooth. There. That helps my audio. You don't want to the Bluetooth. My setup, the Bluetooth fucks things up. Better off just having the phone audio. So I put the link up, Street. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, get this. Oh, zoom. First, I'm not Zoom. Meeting. I'm Zoom the screen so that I could see the chat easier on the computer. But I guess I got it. Yeah, that's the other thing. You want it on both the computer and because attending the World Series. Bill Gorman starts right here, people. Yep. Thanks, Bobby. Hey, Five Leaf. Victoria. Vic. I think that's Vicky. Yeah, New England. Hey, Amy. Yeah, it's a rancher jacket. It's got the hood. So now I look like a friar. Oh yeah, we've had snow, blowing snow. This propane bottle is getting low. The one for my refrigerator is getting low. I have a full bottle. So what I'll probably do sometime here this evening is bring in the full bottle, hook it up on the heater, because I got something to bake in the oven. My meatloaf I got to put in the oven. Put my meat in the oven. Hot sausage? No, it's meatloaf. And so I have, if the tank outside for the stove goes out, I'll have what's left in this tank to finish cooking, but I'll have a full tank in here for the heater overnight because it's already 9 degrees outside. I've got it 50 inside. That's why I'm still wearing my coat. Yeah, my son gave me this jacket. It's a rancher jacket. Bum, bum, bum. That looks gold, doesn't it? It's not gold. I still got an elephant in my pocket. That's funny. That guy makes a video of the elephant in the room and doesn't talk about the guy that wore the elephant mask. Yeah, I had my little good luck charm elephant that I made. A little carving. Yeah, there's his. He's got a tail. He's got legs. And that the ink isn't getting delivered. Oh yeah, okay. Somebody has to pay attention to that later. Ink ain't making it to the print heads. And I say, well, what do I got to do? Okay, I get a whole bunch of paper, a whole bunch of ink, and you print until the printer stops printing. Except this printer didn't even make it through the first set of ink cartridges, and the print heads dried up. Piece of shit, frickin' Epson. Oh, guest. Add to stream. Did I? Yeah. Oh, he's in.
What's happening, Bill?
Hey, dude. All right. What happened to the Wizard of Oz, man?
For some reason, the green screen don't work on Streamlab, man. I just
that's right.
Yeah, I went to hit it on, and it was like the camera's on. I'm like, oh shit! I just put a clump of snow on the camera right now. It'll melt.
Yeah.
What's going on in your world, man?
Just have it pointing up at the sky and put a rock on it. Oh, slippery roads. Went out to the new glasses.
Nice. Bifocals?
Yeah. They're progressive, I guess. Is it progressive, the bifocal?
Is that the no line progressive? I think they call them the no line bifocal.
Yeah, that's what they are. I forget what they call the shading though, but they do both.
Shit, I can't remember what they're called. Transition.
Yeah, they're so they're progressive transitions. So out in the sun, they're going to turn dark, and they're basically the same shape as my other sunglasses, except they're good indoors too.
Oh man, you gotta have transit. You have to either that or have a prescription sunglasses, especially with snow glare and shit. It will blind you, man.
I know when you're out hiking on a trail, do not wear transition lenses.
Mess your footing up.
But you don't know how far the ground is, and you misstep and you fall on your ass or fall off the cliff or down the hill, or you break a leg or whatever, you know.
I just saw a feed today come across, man. I think it was in Arizona. A couple, it is Superstition Mountains. A couple like young 20-year-olds were hiking and was like camping out on top of one of the mountains. And one of them fell off. I think he was in like early 20s. He fell off a 700-foot cliff, man, just taking a picture. Nature's dangerous, man. I don't care who you are. It's dangerous.
If I want to get close to the edge, I get on my hands and knees.
I try to avoid all the edges, man. I don't even want to get close.
Yeah. Redneck Express ain't on Facebook. Um, Neither is Street. Not that I know of.
No, I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah. No, I've been on there for 10, 12 years, something like that.
I hopped on back in the early one, I don't know, probably mid 2000s because of the kids. I wanted to like make sure they weren't doing stupid shit on there. But then once they got old, it's like, man, hell, my phone was dinging all the time. I just didn't have time for it.
Yeah.
I have too much fun on YouTube.
When I first was on Facebook and stuff, I got in trouble for chatting with my aunt, my mother's sister, because the girlfriend I had thought I was flirting with one, you're sleeping with her, aren't you? It's like, no, that's my mother's sister. Jesus. you know, some women and their intuition isn't any good.
Not everybody wants to sleep with you, ladies. Not all the time, man.
Yeah.
Get over
it. Yeah. Or like people from high school that are married. Okay, you're married. If everybody's in a relationship, and you're 800 miles away, there ain't any contact. You're just talking with it, and that's that's as bad as getting a lap dance.
Yeah. Well, it's a strange world we live in. I know, like Facebook, no one puts like when they take the selfies, they don't, especially women, they don't like wake up in the morning and take it. No, it's after like 3 hours of prepping for this, then they do a perfect shot. No.
Yeah,
it's always the families that always has the matching sweaters and here's our Christmas, here's Thanksgiving, here's the perfect day. I just get TikTok
filter.
Well, yeah, it's just, man, who you trying to impress here, people, man? Come on.
Yeah.
It's phony.
Yeah, and I figure no way I'm making it to Vegas.
I thought you already booked your room, Bill. I thought you were at the Waldorf Astoria, man.
No. That's this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, hell.
No, yeah, no way. No way. I have a physical therapy for my back on Friday, and no way. I wouldn't even get there till Saturday, and no, I ain't going there for a one night thing.
Hell, I booked the penthouse at the Bellagio, I believe it. Yeah, Bellagio.
Isn't that that's Wynn, huh? Didn't Wynn own the Bellagio, or he did?
Who did?
Steve Wynn.
Yeah, I think that's the guy's name. He owned a bunch of them down there, didn't he?
He owned a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But look at the guy Larry. Let's talk about Larry. Larry Burke. He's like the chief editor of Sports Illustrated. Jack Stuef is a promotions guy for Major League Baseball. Don't you think? Kyle Stuef, promotions for Major League Baseball. Don't you think the chief editor of Sports Illustrated and the guy running promotions for Major League Baseball know each other?
Yeah.
Plus,
editors, they rub a lot of shoulders, man. They get out people, people want to know them. People want to be their friends so they can get in their magazines and shit. They got a lot of pull.
Oh yeah, Barbarisi was in his magazine. The picture, like they show the picture. The pictures with the gold in the chest were taken in November. They weren't taken when Jack supposedly came down to Santa Fe. They were taken 8 months earlier.
And who was surprised with that?
Zozo says hi.
Hey, what's happening? Yeah, I don't have my. I'm on the laptop. I'm not looking at the chat. What's
Yeah.
happening, everyone?
And Bobby Brass says hi, Larry. I slept with Larry once, but it wasn't him. It was a girl named Larry. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Even if you said you were with Sue last night. Oh yeah, was it a boy named Sue or a girl named Sue?
Say, was that a boy named Sue? That's a hell. I can remember listening to that on the 45 when I was like elementary school back in like the 70s, maybe late 60s.
Yeah, I was like junior high.
Yeah, that's the touch. I always like that song. It's like, fuck, man. He was looking out for him.
Yeah.
It might not have seemed like he knew he wasn't going to be there. He was going to be a worthless dad, but look what he fucking built. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to stand up for yourself.
Yeah. And I think Dizzy Dean used to be have a different name with Dean in it.
Yeah, his real name isn't Dizzy, is it? It's like starts with
it's like he has some of my art.
It's like EM. It's a weird name, an old name.
Yeah,
Emmanuel or something like that.
Wasn't Dizzy? He had not James Dean. Might have been going by James Dean. I don't know.
I watched a American Picker show. Those guys that go around and get shit and resell it.
Yeah.
They came across a mail pouch original poster of Dizzy Dean and his brother, and they were both pictures. And man, they looked young, like in their late teens, early 20s, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I had some. He was number 17, and he died on the 17th.
Irony.
Yeah. So there you have 17. And Forrest was hinting about pairs. 2 of this, 2 of that. He was born on the 22nd.
I always thought he was hitting. You had to have a pair of balls. You better have 2 balls to jump into this shit.
Things he repeats.
Yeah.
Things that come in 2s. And like double mint gum.
Yep.
Double your pleasure, double your treasure.
Double mint gum.
Yeah.
I always liked those commercials with the twins. They always had a couple hot looking twins.
And Forrest was worried about the IRS getting a piece of it or whatever. Well, you know what? If you were to take it and secret it and sell them off piece by piece, you're not going to get much out of it. No. But if you use it as something that's making you money, just owning it and getting a royalty every month for from the place displaying it. And the other thing is, if you're not a secret, you got a movie deal that's going to pay all the taxes.
Yeah. I thought my interpretation of that, it was Forrest bullshitting like a Texan does, and they were eating it up like it's filet mignon.
Yeah, it's raven in the wood, not chicken shit in the wood.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he set up. He was just throwing them off. It's if buzzards are circling around you, getting ready to land, you got to throw something out to catch their eye.
Yeah. Well, like me, my plan was to make a deal with the casinos.
Yeah.
And I got that idea from Janet Langard. Told me, the guy with Muhammad Ali's boxing glove, he gets $60,000 a month to have it at the MGM.
Hell, go to Treasure Island, man. I'm sure they laugh it up.
His boxing bag, I guess they have there, the big one. And if he's getting sick, Fenn's treasure's got to be 100 or 200,000 a month deal, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's gold, and that's what the casinos are about, gold money. But
fortunes. It's about winning a fortune.
yeah, but you know, once you've acquired the treasure, then before you go to you find the casino or what the exhibition company. Maybe he send it on a world tour while they're building the casino, you know, and send it around to museums all over the world, and they charge people $10 a piece to come in and look at it. Ka-ching, 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 you know. And so you're making money off of the exhibition fee stuff. You haven't sold the treasure, so all they can tax you for is the income.
The earned
because
income
it's not full of Federal Reserve notes.
Yeah.
Technically, they can only tax Federal Reserve notes. These private corporations, they call the IRS and the Federal Reserve, don't have any right to your private property. It's not theirs. They are not kings or gods or anything like that.
Well, the IRS sure does think they're God. They have eminent domain over anything you own in property if they want. They'll come in and take it. I've seen that.
You know what you tell them? You tell them double blazes.
Okay, Bill.
Yeah. You go fuck yourself, you tell them. I have not made any money off of it yet.
Well, I've always looked, my personal opinion is the only children's services, in my view, it's broken and it's an evil arm. And the only thing that's worse than children's services or children's protective services is the IRS. They are the two worst branches of the government that needs fixing. The whole government needs fixing, but those two in particular.
You know the guy that y'all don't like, the orange man? His plan is to abolish the IRS. Bye-bye, motherfuckers. And the Federal Reserve. Put us back on the gold standard. Huh?
They should be abolished.
Yeah. And then they won't be Federal Reserve notes after that. They'll be U.S. Treasury notes. That's how it's supposed to be. Federal Reserve's a private corporation run by a bunch of criminals.
A bunch of rich criminals.
Yeah, they're profiting off of us. They got Hunter $3 million deposit into Hunter's bank account from China.
300 million?
No, 3 million.
3 million.
Yes, but that's only from there. He's got money coming from Ukraine, money coming from all these places, and Daddy's involved. His brothers are involved. They've got Pelosi's husband taking money from China. You know, Dianne Feinstein was her driver was a Chinese national.
It's a broken system, Bill. It's the concept and the beliefs are good, but somehow man fucked it up, man. As usual.
It's like what they pay for the Bay Bridge in San Francisco for the new bridge they just got, and they built the bridge in China and shipped it over here to be installed in San Francisco. Aren't there steel workers here that would have loved to have jobs doing that? You know, but the thing was, well, we send the money to China, and China sneaks it into my husband's account or my cousin's account, or You know, uh, they they got a hold of Trump's taxes finally or something, but there's not a thing in it. He done everything by the book. Now he said, okay, you got mine. Now I want yours. Let's see your taxes. And we want to see the taxes for all your family members.
Yeah.
Where the money's being laundered. We sent $30 billion for the bridge but 10 5 billion of it came back to their own personal businesses or family businesses. It's crooked as shit. Oh, it's at $1. Oh. I mailed a certified letter up to Canada about 5 months ago. I went to the post office to tell, well, what's that package? I don't know. Oh, that must be a fan or something. Nope. It's the papers coming back from Canada.
They were returned, or you got mail back?
No, it's a different envelope and shit. Yeah, I don't know if I want to say what papers they are. I got to bring these papers down to the county, and then I'm going to have an X in Canada.
I thought it had something to do with getting your parrot trafficking ring back together.
No, I'm still not allowed. I'm banned from Canada for life for bringing my parrot there. What pussies? Yeah. It's been 15 years of no contact, and I've got the paperwork to go be a free man. But yeah, it took like 5 months. 5 months ago, I mailed them papers off, and they finally came back signed and all that. All I got to do is bring it down to the county.
Nice.
Links posted. Yep. Yeah, and you got to remind me to look at the guest thing occasionally. Yours doesn't show it, does it? Does yours show the guest and Mike?
No, I don't have All I got's down at the bottom is the mic, the camera, comm, mic, share, and leave studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine shows guests. I wonder if I can let's see. Mike says kick from studio, solo layout, mute, edit name. I can edit your name. Ban from studio, mute. No. There's no I can't pass on any administrative duties.
It's still pretty nice being free, man. I mean, being a free app.
Yeah, you get 20 hours a month. So I was out, mine just renewed. So I got to try not to do more than like 4 hours, Yeah. Then I can do it once a week. I was going to do just maybe some YouTube with the camera pointed at my computer screen and show my art, talk about the art and stuff.
Yeah, YouTube live.
Yeah, just YouTube direct live. Yeah.
I always prefer when I never really like going on just by myself, man. You just, it's better to have someone in the room, at least one person.
Yeah. If you talk to yourself too much, you might get a psychiatric appointment.
I'm trying to avoid that, Bill.
Yeah, there are some women in the group or in the chase that don't have trouble talking to themselves.
Oh no.
But like you know, you give other people a chance to talk, and some of them, I was laughing at when I was watching Ben earlier, and Candy was, "Are you listening to me?" Because somebody else was talking over her.
I thought Ben retired from the chase, man. Didn't he do a show about I'm retiring from the chase? I'm not going to do it no more.
um, he said he was, but no, he's still there. He had Packer Jack on everybody this afternoon.
The usual suspects.
Dizzy Dean, did you see Barbara's video? I saw something she had that was aimed at Street. She's picked up his technique of just putting a picture on there and saying nothing.
Well, imitation is the best form of flattery, so I'm flattered, man.
Yeah. You know, the problem with that is sometimes people imagine the wrong thing. They imagine you're talking about something, but that's not what you were talking about.
That happens a lot, Bill. Now that you mentioned it, I put shit up, and then it's like, what the hell? What are you guys talking about? That's not what I said.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's like art, man. It's left up for interpretation. If you think it's about you, well, then it must be about you.
Yeah. Yeah. And like right there, I just say she put a video up, but yeah, oh, did I say her name? But there was nothing derogatory, nothing defamatory in that comment. It's just she put a video up. No, I didn't see it.
Well, yeah, I watched it. I'm subscribed to her channel. I watch all her videos. I enjoy watching her videos.
Yeah. Boom. Okay, I hid the Russian bot. I did. There are some. I've seen. I think one or two videos from Russia on the chase.
Really?
Yeah.
I went through my YouTube studio and was looking at geographic areas, and man, I got a lot from like Uzbekistan and Ukraine and Azerbaijan, and I get a lot from Russia, man, and like Eastern Europe, Poland. I get a lot of views from Poland.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't have any problem with Russians.
No. Even though you and I were raised to hate them, we were raised to hate them, Bill.
No, it's their government, the governments that we hate.
Yeah, well, I know I was taught in school, yeah, you can't trust a Russian. No, they're out to get you. And so it's like a paranoia,
Yeah.
No, it's the government. You're right. It's the government's. I disagree. Hell, I disagree with my own government, man, let alone theirs.
Yeah. Now, isn't it funny that we only have wars going on in Ukraine when there's a Democrat in office?
Republicans, there's always shit hitting in Asia, and Democrats, there's always shit hitting in Europe. Go figure.
Yeah.
America just needs to learn to fucking keep their nose where it goddamn belongs, in my opinion. They've stuck their nose in many fucking places.
Mind our own business.
And I'm speaking of the government. The government.
You're all trying to influence these other countries and stuff.
Yeah. Thinking you're doing well, overthrowing it. Sorry, Bill, go ahead.
Glenn Beck exposed a document that the government and Moderna are 50-50 partners on the Moderna vaccine.
Well, didn't the government finance all of them? Johnson & Johnson, Moderna?
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's
Pfizer.
another thing. They give it the money, and who owns the labs that make it? And the company. It's the cousins, relatives of the politicians that gave them the money.
Well, if taxpayers flip the bill to get this shit going, shouldn't it be fucking reasonably priced or free? If the fucking hell we already paid for it, man. Right? The research, that's what they charge all these like, especially these chemo drugs. Oh, it's for a research. That's why this one shot is $10,000. Bullshit. You can't justify it. No, man. It's the same way with this. If the taxpayers' money financed to get this going, it should be fucking free. Or the government should be, they should be getting 50% of the cost to put back into the taxpayers' pockets, man.
Yep.
Just can't trust no one anymore, Bill.
Yeah. You know, and if you had the treasure, what do you do with it? Okay, so the public knows you have the treasure, right? And the IRS comes looking for it, and they can't find it because you went and buried it somewhere else. I don't have it. Prove that I have it, mofos. Prove that I have it.
I have dementia, man. I'm almost 60 years old. I have dementia, man. I don't know where it's at, honestly.
I forget where I put it.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I remember.
Yeah. I have an excellent way to hide a treasure and stuff. You know the laser pointers?
Yeah.
The little pen type laser pointer?
Yeah.
What you do is you find a tree that's a healthy tree, and you get a drill bit the size of the laser pointer. You drill it into the tree. You put your laser in there and turn it on, and where it's pointing is where you have the treasure buried. And they have to go find that hole in the tree to put. But you got other trees that you drilled holes in, and so they got to figure out the right tree. Now, isn't that a cool way to do it?
Yeah, they'll be busy for a long time, man.
Yeah. Is John in the room? John Teeter in the room? Yeah. Yeah, I put my phone number on here, John. Okay, and because I'm gonna be in Denver the 17th and 18th. And I got my timing belt and the cam lock and the serpentine belt, and I can head up. Yeah. Yep. I just gave you my number. Send me a text message, John. And I'll delete my number. You get the number. Let me know you got it, and I'll delete it. Because I'm going to be up there up in the on the Friday the 18th. I can come up to Central City. Hope you got an indoor place for doing that. And I'm mechanically inclined myself, but I'm not a master. I don't do transmissions.
I have a hard time changing. I don't like to change oil anymore. Even if I put cardboard or a rug down, it just fucking hurts on cement. I just don't. The next day, man, my body's sore from like getting up and down to change oil. I pay for it anymore, man.
Yeah.
Takes a toll out on you.
Yeah. And I want to borrow John's time machine too. Now, what in 2030 he should know, because he came from 2036. He should know how this all comes out.
John did.
Yeah, he's You heard of him on Coast to Coast AM
No.
with Art Bell and stuff? Yeah, he used a time machine. He came from 2036, went back to 1975 to get an IBM computer that had this program that did in translations or something, and he came back to get this computer. He came back to get this special IBM computer that they didn't have in 2036. I don't know what for exactly, but and he's predicted a lot of like 9/11 and stuff.
What's the guy's name?
John Teeter.
The guy in the chat?
Yeah. He's a time traveler.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No wonder he's a mechanic, too.
Because he made a time machine. Maybe he's the John Teeter that hasn't gone back in time yet.
He don't even know it happened yet. Oh, shit.
So he hasn't made the time machine. But supposedly this John Teeter came back in time and met himself as a child and stayed with his own family, convinced him that he was their son.
That would be odd for everybody.
Yeah.
That's a weird concept, to go back to your childhood home as an adult and interact
with yourself as a child.
Yeah, that's mind-boggling, man.
Yeah. John's quiet now, but even if he's just playing games, it's still interesting. He should play the game.
Yes.
I think that's more interesting than the DB Cooper.
Oh yeah.
What did Indy pissed off one of the moderators?
in your chat?
Huh?
In your chat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't care about Vegas. It's like the people that invited me on and then didn't let me on kept leading me on to think I was going to be in the marathons and whatever. Never, and send nasty things to other people.
Well, it's the loop thing. That's their little clique. Now, hypothetically, if me, you, or Greg put out an announcement, we're throwing a big party, in Bronson, Missouri. I mean, those people wouldn't come. It's just a given, man. It's not that we just don't belong to that clique. Not that we want to.
When I was in my 20s, I went to Tahoe once, and I kept going to the AT, and I learned my lesson about gambling then.
It's addictive, isn't it?
You go there, you don't, you have your amount that you want, that you're willing to lose, and if you don't win something with that, you get the hell out of there.
Well, that's where it's like I can make it back up, and they get so deep, it's like they have no choice. I have to make it back up, and Vegas isn't there to win. Vegas is there to take your money. And it's disgusting. I thought it was disgusting when they remodeled it. Like late 80s, early 90s, and they remodeled it towards families. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah, bring your kids. We got all kinds of shit your kids can do while we're taking their college fund from you. Yeah. Well, Bill must have popped out. I'll bring up chat.
Yeah. Don't push the other buttons.
I was like, shit. I don't when I'm on the laptop, I don't like reading chat because it's on my phone and shit. After a couple hours, my eyes hurt, man. So I was like,
Yeah.
shit, I got to start reading chat. It'll disappear, man.
Here we go. You ready? You got your earplugs ready?
I got him.
Okay.
Bill,
Yeah.
Street,
What's happening, Indy?
what are you plotting?
Plotting. We're not plotting anything.
Well,
If you had to be braving in the wood, does that mean you had to be a chicken shit when you found it, not say anything?
no, it's the opposite.
Yeah. He's not brave if he's concealing everything. Because he's not,
Hey,
he
Street,
doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
are you still mod in chat?
No, I never was in Bill. I've never had a wrench in Bill's chat.
Ew, Pokey?
Yeah.
Ew. So then I'm assuming one of the cowards in chat that put me in timeout for no effing reason isn't Street or Bill then.
Maybe they heard me telling about how fun it is to play whack-a-mole with you. Maybe that's what it was.
I have a huge suspicion it's trusted living because they just love to be.
No, it wasn't trusted. But I'm
Was
not
it you,
narking
Bill?
on anybody either.
I was literally having a conversation with Lucky, and all of a sudden I'm in timeout. I'm like, what the shit did I do now?
It's just a prank. You know how the pranks go, according to.
So yeah, that's a good point. Did they hit you again when you came back in and said something?
No, they didn't. But if I find out who they are, I'm gonna block their ass.
Well, they were just fucking with you. It was like, oh boy, oh, sorry, my bad.
Well, see, this is the thing. When I do something, I don't hide it. I tell people, and I use my face and my name to do it. I'm not a coward, and I don't hide. Unlike some things like Victoria or Victor in chat. I don't know if you're watching that asshole.
There we got Trusted Living just joined in.
There you go. He's like, I bonked Indy on the head with the wrench. I'm wrench the
Hello,
power.
Bill. Hello, Street, and hello,
Guaranteed
Indy.
was not trusted.
No, Indy, I did not block you or whatever.
It's got to be Bobby then. It's got to be Bobby Brass.
No. Apparently, it was a test.
It was a test. How is it a test? You are dickheads, man. Just wait till you go in my chat. I'm gonna bonk you all.
No, I didn't have any reason to time out Indy. She hasn't incited me recently.
Y'all are little shits. You know that.
I'll tell you the funniest one I ever wrenched, man. And it's like I first got a wrench, and I'm sure Lucky won't mind. It was Lucky Digger. She was.
Well, she's gonna be at war with
and
you.
I fucking wrenched her. Get this. It was funny as hell, man. I wrenched, and she came back. Who the hell wrenched me? And I wrenched her again. And then she came back. She's like, do you know who you're fucking with? And I wrenched her again. I'm like, hey, guys, I got to stop you. Yeah, Lucky, I know who I'm fucking with. I guess you had to have been there. It was funny for me, man. It was like, damn, you just keep coming back, man.
Yeah, I think the stuff Forrest was saying, oh, the IRS is going to take one a big piece, but you know, you have to be brave. You have to do it. You have to fight, battle with them. But once you have the treasure, you get your lawyer up, and then you deal with the IRS. Because you're gonna make more on the movie deal than the taxes. So you come out ahead. You know, it's not just the movie deal, but it's gonna be paid appearances on all the late shows, the morning shows, you know.
I don't think the IRS is an issue in regards to the treasure.
I believe that they can't tax you anything on it until you make money with it.
It depends on how you get it.
Yeah.
It depends on how you get it.
Yeah, I'm bothered by when I hear people push the thing saying Forrest didn't know what he was doing and he left a shit show, all because Jack said that. Well, first, I don't listen to Jack. And no, I don't think Forrest did leave a shit show. I think he thought of everything, man. And think about it. How many stories do you hear someone wins the lottery and 2 years later they're either dead or their life's ruined? No, man. I mean, and he even made the point. He said, he knows what inherited money does. He wanted his kids to work for it and blah, blah, blah. No, man. I think he set it up. It's idiot proof. It's freaking idiot proof.
Forrest didn't leave a shit show unless you seen the pile of shit and you decided you wanted to step in it all on your own.
Good point.
It did not have to be a shit show. The way that it ended, and I believe wholeheartedly that somebody gave Forrest the precise location and he had it retrieved so there would be no shit show. It would be.
I agree. And I'll add. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say it would be the primary ending, and then the secondary ending would be letting know who it is that actually solved it and provided the precise location.
Yeah, I think if people who think it's a shit show and it ended the way it did is because of people like that. That's why it ended. That's why it was designed to end the way it did, because of how fucking people are stupid. I mean, I'm saying in how they, following people, pinging their phone, tracing them to Puerto Rico. Yeah, that's shitty.
Yeah, it's none of their business. And then people those are people that never really searched. Talked about it a lot, but wasn't out there searching.
Well, the ones that do that are hunting down Forrest friends, talking with them, talking with Forrest's family, and even when Forrest was around, getting close to him. And we all know that each and every one of them that got close to him for any period of time was trying to catch him slipping up or hoping to get a hint or something along that line. Anything other than just solving the poem on their own.
Yeah.
So they're doing the same thing now after it's all over.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then when the truth comes out that it was really in Colorado, more than 50 miles from the $1 Million Highway, that's going to eliminate a lot of searchers.
Yeah.
The ones that were all over worshiping Yellowstone, worshiping Jack. Well, you have no claim to Colorado then.
Uh-huh.
They have no claim to Colorado if they were worshiping Jack in Yellowstone, Wyoming, and so on,
Yeah.
They can't come back. Oh, well, no, nobody else had Moses.
Well, the primary show, like K-Pro's show, I'd call that the primary show because I think that probably gets the most attention. Between her and Mike and any guest that she has on, the logic they try to apply to everything has to do with contacts with so-called Jack Stuef, which may or not even be Jack Stuef behind the email, may or may not be a Jack Stuef behind any writings, the remembrance, or any of that stuff. But they're using all this kind of information in order to figure out what is going on. And I'm talking about rudimentary things such as how to deal with gift taxes.
Yeah.
What the Jack Stuef character is saying about it doesn't mean that that's how a person should look at how a gift tax is used, or if Forrest knew how to use gift taxes or not. He gave,
and the gift tax is only good for $10,000. I mean, that doesn't cover most of the treasure.
well, you can. I mean, if you give a gift tax nowadays, it's $15,000. You can give anybody you want.
Even that is peanuts.
It is, but you can give anybody you want $15,000, and you don't have to pay gift tax on it. Once it goes over 15,000, you got to pay gift tax on the amount over 15,000. But you don't have to pay that to the IRS if you take it as an exemption off your estate. And I believe that's what Forrest was saying when he was talking about, oh, well, you know, this is how it really worked. I was given the chest and then I gave it right back.
Yeah.
Which I believe that was more like a metaphor or allegory as to what happened. Not that somebody physically handed him a chest and then he physically handed it back to the individual that handed it to him. I think he was just explaining that it was a gift. He was treating it as a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even that, you know, if you went out with your metal detector on the beach in Florida and you found 3 gold coins, you put them in your pocket. Nobody's gonna IRS. There's not some IRS guy on the beach. He just picked them up.
No, but if you find something like the Atocha, the state is going to show up at wherever you have that gold store, and they're going to take it away from you, and they're going to make you sue them to get it back. And that's exactly what happened to Mel Fisher.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the other way to do it, you take it home and bury it in your backyard. And then when your friends come over, you go out metal detector. Oh, look what I found. Oh, it was on my property. I already owned it. Yeah,
well,
all along.
In my case, the logic was to walk away from it. And if Forrest was going to retrieve it, let him retrieve it, and then let him give it as a gift. And then there is no problem.
He never had to retrieve it because it was never out there.
Okay, here's an interesting thought. Wonder if he just let someone borrow it and he still owns it. No taxes will be made. You're just babysitting. He said, here, keep an eye on this for me, would you?
Or it's owned by an LLC that he made the person a partner in.
Yeah, however it works out, if like what Trusted Living just said, yeah, okay, well, here, I'll let you hold on to it for a while or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no
Bill,
taxes.
Bill, that could be the form of giving that he's talking about. I mean, he didn't say anything about a gift tax or anything like that. He could have been talking about a LLC, and the way that would be done is the stock in the LLC would be given to a person as a beneficiary.
Yeah. Kiwi Road says the Padre Gold Mine is on private property. The state and federal government can't touch it according to state law. And Colorado has some very liberal, find it, it's yours, finders keepers, losers weepers. and even the state of Colorado tells the federal government, no, you have to allow people you're allowed. Look at the guy up on Mount Antero harvesting the aquamarines and gold, like Kiwi's saying, the gold mine, what you find in it's yours. Even the ranger, the National Forest Park, National Forest law enforcement officer told me I could keep that metal. I found it, it's mine. He just wants a picture with me and the treasure and him in it.
I'm not sure what the Padre Mine Gold even is.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is.
Is that an operational mine, or is that something from antiquity that somebody got gold out of the mine and then just stored it somewhere?
Yeah.
I think it's
I,
an old mine.
I have to look it up.
An old one.
I'm not quite sure how mines on private property work, but to me, the logical sense would be is you can extract as much as you want off the private property up to the value that you paid for the private property and not have to pay taxes on it. But anything above what you paid for the private property would be capital gains. That's what my thoughts are, because it's something naturally occurring. It is literally part of the real estate, such as people that sell trees off of their land for timber harvesters to use. They have to pay taxes on that, and they call that stumpage.
I was told that the IRS can only tax Federal Reserve notes, Federal Reserve money. That other things are not, that they can't tax that, you know? They can't tax you for dirt.
Well, yeah, they do have a system to tax you for dirt. They have systems to tax you for your trees. They have systems to tax you if you have a farm and you grow stuff on your land and you sell it. Yeah, they have a pretty intricate taxation system. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's certainly there and it's certainly being used.
The other thing is taxes expire after 10 years. They can't collect it anymore.
I don't know about that.
So if you hit it for 10 years, you let them know, oh, yeah, I've got it. And in 10 years later, you ain't giving them a penny, and it's bye-bye.
Nope.
The tax goes away. There's a statute of limitations on tax collection.
But not if you well, I was going to use the word defraud, but not if you cheat.
No, they're cheating. Okay, it's unconstitutional in the first place. You're letting the criminal tell you, hey, I'm your boss, man. You do what I tell you, or we put you in a hole in the ground, mofo. And you tell them double blazes, mofos.
I'm not telling you that I think that it's correct what they're doing or even legal. You know, actually, the argument is in the Declaration of Independence, where it stated that King George was taxing us without our consent.
Right.
Which means the new government being formed is not allowed to tax us without our consent. The problem is when the Constitution was created, that issue was not dealt with. The same as the issue of slavery was not dealt with. And it took 100 years to start dealing with slavery. It took 200 years before discrimination was dealt with. You know, it's taking hundreds and hundreds of years to actually deal with rudimentary issues that are outlined in the Declaration of Independence. And it even says in the Declaration of Independence, essentially, that people get used to living with evil and they will just suffer through it.
I want to go on record right now and say, IRS, quit overtaxing me, man. Come on, give me a break here.
You can't support being a sovereign citizen and support the IRS. That's an oxymoron.
Not really, Bill. Because and I'll tell you why. The 16th Amendment that says that Congress has the right to lay and collect taxes from any source derived thereof. If that is you,
the IRS is not Congress. Even the 14th Amendment, where the Federal Reserve took over and installed the IRS, that was unconstitutional. The whole thing was unconstitutional.
Actually, it's not. But, and there's a but.
It's not only if you allow them to play dictators.
There's a but. There's a big caveat, because that us about taxing us without our consent is for like what you're calling the sovereign citizen. Now, a corporation is formed by making a registration with a government. And it protects the sovereign citizen from having their assets gone after if the corporation does something wrong. So there's a protection there. So
right.
it
The IRS is a corporation. It's not a government entity.
but it is, yes, it is.
No, they're a private corporation registered in, guess where? Puerto Rico.
But that's not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm just trying to say is it is not illegal for them to tax businesses. It is illegal for them to tax individual citizens and a personal income tax. But there has to be limitations on that, or all of a sudden nobody's going to have a corporation and fucking Elon Musk is going to say, well, this is my company and all the profit I get through stock ownership is mine, therefore I can't be taxed. Well, bullshit. You're definitely involved in business. You're not just involved in life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You're involved in profiteering. And there's a huge difference.
His company buys all his meals and it pays his rent, and everything's covered by the company.
Well, he's working the system that's in place.
Yeah, but you still don't have to bend over and take it.
Well, actually, there has to be enough citizens in order to change it and go in the right direction to change it. How would you change it? If you could go to Congress, right? They said, okay, Bill, all the congressmen and senators are going to listen to you. What do you have to say? What should happen?
Really, they aren't working for the people. They're working for the corporations, and so when they're not following the Constitution, then they're operating illegally, and you do not have to you don't have to put up with their bullshit. It's like a jury nullification. The jury in your trial can say this law is bullshit. You gotta let them go.
But each and every one of the congressmen and senators will say, yes, we are operating with the Constitution because of the 16th Amendment. That's what they'll say.
You're never going to have a congressman or a senator on your jury when you go to court.
That has nothing to do with
the jury of citizens can say, screw you, government, you're stepping over the line.
That has nothing to do with the taxation issue. They operate under the.
Yeah, it does. They can make that taxation obsolete. You can't tax it. We find this is unconstitutional, and we don't support what the law says in this matter.
But if it was just being used against corporations, it would not be unconstitutional.
The jury nullification is up to the jury. They won't tell you about it in court, but the jury has a right to nullify the whole case.
There is no case when we're talking about an amendment to the Constitution.
Yeah, but the amendment to the Constitution was like, it was done like Christmas Eve or something. Nobody was there in Congress when they added the IRS. Nobody was there. They did on a weekend, Christmas Eve or something, and they installed this Federal Reserve that is our slave master.
But that is not the amendment that the congressmen look at when they look at whether taxation is legal or not. They look at the 16th Amendment.
No, but there was actually a one amendment back with Andrew Jackson made it and all that. It's like this amendment was already passed in 1860. What are you doing it again in 1914? There's already they were trying to hide the previous amendment under that number with a new one that favored the bankers, and then all these guys, these big bankers. Well, there were other big bankers that they didn't like, and they got them all free tickets on the Titanic and killed them all.
Well, you're talking about the Federal Reserve Act.
Yeah, they're criminal. The Criminal Reserve Act.
Well, it's called the Federal Reserve Act
They're
of
criminal.
1913.
I do not bow down to criminals, even when they wear the disguise of the government.
But you have to have a good argument.
I do have a good argument.
I haven't heard one yet. What about the 16th Amendment?
They are not God.
That's not an
They
argument
are
that's going to
playing
deal with
God.
the 16th Amendment.
God makes the law. There are God-given rights. They're violating my God-given rights, flat out.
That has nothing to do with the 16th Amendment.
Oh, yes, it does. They don't issue your rights. God does. And they don't have a right to take away.
There is no God. There is no God.
Yes, there is.
Oh, yeah. Whose God are we going to use?
Forrest Fenn's God, the one that guided him.
Okay. Do you know the God that's mentioned in the Declaration of Independence? You know which God that is?
Well, my fifth great grandfather wrote a book about the Ethan Allen has a book about these fake gods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't believe, maybe I don't believe it the way the Christians do or the Muslims do or the other these people do. We all have our own God. We all and my God is not your God. Your God's not my God. So I'm going by my God tells me that these people are criminals, and I don't have to do what they tell me.
Okay, so we're talking anarchy then.
No, we're not. It's not anarchy. We still believe in if you had 99% of the people would say murder is illegal.
So, but which God gives you these God-given rights?
Yeah, 40% of the people don't have the right to rule over 60% of the people. 60% don't have right to rule over 40%.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just wondering which God is this that we're going to use that God's rules to go by?
God. The universe is God.
Well, I'll tell you, the God that's written about in the Declaration of Independence is called nature's God.
I go by God's laws, not government's laws.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What God are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's mine. Oh, my God. My God.
Well, that's why I called it anarchy. Because you have your God, somebody else has their God, and everybody else has a different God.
Well, nobody has the right to take 10 commandments. Okay, where does it say thou shalt be taxed?
There's 613 commandments if you're talking about the Bible.
It was 10, and Forrest had 9.
There's 613 of them in the Bible.
One of the commandments was Forrest leaving out.
I don't know, but if you read all 1,613 of them commandments,
yeah,
I think you're gonna fall short at following.
I told my neighbor, if you keep letting the government do everything that they want you to do, pretty soon they're going to have a law that Mr. Gay Mayor can come over and butt fuck you once a month.
That's another issue. We seem to
that law. You tell them, get the hell out of my ass.
We seem to have left the other issue, but this is another issue, and I agree. No. The people have to get control of their servants. Congress, the senators, and the president are the servants of the public. Huh?
I called 2 of them today.
Well, I'll say
what
this.
Today?
I'll say this. The United States government is well protected in what its cause is within itself. I don't give a shit who the fuck you think you're going to elect. We could re-elect all new everybody, and it will not fucking change. Why? Because it's a beast. It will not let it destroy itself. It's all the wheels are in motion. Ain't no one. If you think you have a choice by reelecting every new fucking person in the Congress, the Senate, the House of Representatives, the president, you're feeble-minded. It will not fucking change. There's nothing we can do. Once you accept the fact there ain't shit none of us can fucking do to change it, your life becomes a lot simpler, and you just try to navigate through it peacefully, man. It's try to stay under the gun. I'll go back and drink my beer now.
What needs to happen is the Constitution has to be completed. There is no system in the Constitution where we have a say about our country to our Congress and our senators. The only way to do that is through a system of voting.
Yeah.
See, they turn around and they say, okay, we're administrators, all right? We're the ones that vote amongst one another and decide whether something's going to happen. Well, where the heck do they form their opinion from? They come up with their opinion by themselves or by whoever bribes them the most money through campaign contributions. That's not acting on behalf of me. That's not acting on behalf of anybody.
They're trying to take away your right to have a gun. And the reason you have a right to have a gun is so when the government becomes tyrants like they are now, you can go eliminate them and put your own government in there.
No.
The government by the people, for the people, not a government by the corporations and for the corporations. You got a corporation, the Federal Reserve, Richard, they have 90% of the money and they're 1% of the population. Less than 1%.
You know, Bill, I'm not disagreeing with you about guns and Second Amendment, and then the reason why it's there, it's to go against tyrannical governments. Yes, it is. But it also is written in the Declaration of Independence that these things should not be taken lightly.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
The people have the right to overthrow their government.
Not for any reason whatsoever. Not because they're too stupid.
When they become tyrants,
no. You can't pick up a gun first. You can't pick up a gun first instead of going to your government and try to get your government to do what they're supposed to do. And there isn't a single group that has ever done that. Nope, not one. The founding fathers got the ball rolling.
There are some people that they fought their mortgage company, the foreclosure and all, and proved that the bank didn't even own that they didn't even have the documents they claimed they had.
That has nothing to do with getting control of their congressmen and their senators. There is no system in place for a senator to find out what my opinion is, what your opinion is, what Street's opinion is, and every other citizen of this country. We own this country. We are the owners of this country. Huh?
I let mine know what my opinion is.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Want to see the email?
Oh, and you think they read your emails?
But they make new laws. Oh, you got it. We have a new form you have to sign before we can help you.
Yeah, you think they read your emails? They got people that go through the emails and they answer your emails.
I had phone number. I called my constituent services person and talk to them on the phone regularly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't talk with your congressman and you don't talk with your senator.
Right, but they've gotten some things that veterans have gotten big refunds on their prescriptions and stuff because of stuff I wrote to my congresswoman.
Well, yeah, they got people in place to appease you, so you never go towards a real issue and say, hey, look it. We should be voting on all these issues. You guys should not be bringing anything up as a bill forward in the Congress unless enough people have requested it.
Well, yeah, and nothing should be made law until the people have voted on it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That system is election, not a rigged one like we've been having.
Not that system in place. Now, the states have referendums and they have public initiatives that are written into law in some of the states. Okay? They're not uniform throughout the country, and not all the states have them. What we need is a federal referendum, whereas if they do go overboard and come up with a law, that we as the citizens, if enough of us get together, can do a public referendum and eliminate it and get rid of whatever law that they created. We should
Yeah.
have a public initiative at the federal level also, where if enough people in the public, and these all have to go up to debate as far as how many people, what percentages, and that type of thing. But after a certain amount of people come up with an idea on what they think should happen in a law or abolishing an old law, that it has to be addressed, and then it comes up to vote between the senators and the congressmen. Then they get a vote after they're able to hear from the population. Currently, I agree totally with you, Bill. Currently, they listen to the corporations. Corporations write all these bills that we see that come through about health care, about anything, virtually anything. There's a special interest or a corporation that literally writes the damn bills and gives them to their congressmen and their senators that they give bribe money to. But you have to have a proper system. And that's what I'm saying, like the Second Amendment and going against tyrannies and that stuff. That is supposed to be the very, 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 very last resort. And we haven't even got past the first very yet.
Oh, no,
People
there's
have
some
not.
things going on I don't think you're aware of. Like Pennsylvania is declaring a lot of the drop box ballots invalid because they were unconstitutional. And so the whole Pennsylvania, the election last year or the year before, that one is going to deep because the law was broken in the election and they have to make it right. They're getting get caught with their pants down, playing with their weenies, and so it's coming around. You won't hear it on CBS or NBC or ABC, but it's coming down.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything with us having a federal system of public initiative and a federal system of referendum. That's very important to have. They're just keeping you busy. They're keeping the whole public busy with all this fucking bullshit. And in the end, you still don't have a say, and I still don't have a say.
They can't cancel a bill with another bill. You forget I'm a bill.
No. In actuality, it is
invalid.
Cancel, but because actually that's your Federal Reserve System, a Federal Reserve note.
Free people, we are our own keepers.
Federal Reserve note.
As free people, we're our own keepers. Nobody owns me. I don't owe the government anything. If I don't owe them anything, they can't steal my property either.
Well, yeah, actually they can. We all know that.
No, they think they can.
No, they literally can.
There are people when the government come to get their property, and the people that come to take their property go away in a box.
Well, you know something, Bill?
That's how you deal with tyrants.
They want that fight. They want that fight. That's a lot easier fight.
It's called eminent domain. They can come and seize any property they want. It's called eminent domain. What was the Indians on that pipeline? Remember? What was the name of that pipeline?
Keystone.
Yep. Look at that. Did they end up doing it anyhow? You're damn right. I even said it. There was from Ohio State troopers was paid like triple time to go there and do security. In the footage, it's not like I heard it or I read it. I watched videos, and there was Ohio State. What the fuck is Ohio State troopers
doing in North Dakota?
Security all the way up some other fucking state?
They had to been hired by some corporation or something.
Well, the fact that they were wearing their uniforms told me they're being represented by my government, the state government. My state subsidize them or lease them out to another fucking state to pull security on their own citizens because
You
the
know,
citizens didn't want eminent domain. What the fuck?
my feeling is when you pay your tax, there should be a thing that and they have the list of the all the government departments and stuff, and you tell them I want 10% of my tax to go to NASA. I want this percent to go here and this percent, and then the people have control of where the money goes, and then they then okay, nobody likes your department. Nobody gave your department any money, so bye-bye, you're out of here. We don't need you. People don't want you.
Well, that's a form of voting.
Yeah, that's a great way to vote. But it all should be, tax should be voluntary. What do you want to support? You know, and I've always thought you know, highway taxes and all. Why not get rid of the transportation department and just make the transportation department 10 guys in an office that deal with contracts with oil companies and the automobile manufacturers and the things that use the road. Okay, now the oil company then is responsible for maintaining the roads to this government standard. You know,
Well, see, all that stuff could be dealt with public initiative if we had a system of public initiative.
Imagine everybody's got a flying car, right? We don't have to maintain highways and bridges anymore. I don't want to
imagine that. I don't think that should happen. I'm voting against that.
I've got a flying car I've designed, and either Elon Musk or I might even deal with Jeff Bezos. Whichever one of them want to come and make me rich, developing my flying. Well, mine was more of a flying RV. It's a flying house that you can take it anywhere.
That's the magic school bus, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't that the magic school bus?
Yeah, my magic bus flies.
Yeah. Well, they have those. They're called airplanes.
No, not like mine. If the engine stops, you don't crash.
Well, that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah.
But we definitely don't want people to have flying cars. Whoever can afford to buy one, just up in the air they go.
Well, there a ton like he has them satellites. 30. He's got like 4,000 satellites for Starlink up there already orbiting, and all of the other satellites know where all the other satellites are, and they go, oh, we got a collision course, we're going to drop you a little bit and go pass under it, you know, so we don't crash in it. They have collision avoid the computers, the AI, and now they have a new Tesla quantum computer that no. The Chinese couldn't reverse engineer it.
Sorry, Bill. I don't trust any of that crap. All that stuff, even though it's not supposed to be human controlled, it all can be taken over by humans.
Yeah, well, they're going to have nanobot drones.
No, I don't like I don't like that world that you're talking about.
Well,
I think
it's coming, and you got to be prepared for it. But yeah, they'll be able to fly their nanobot drone right up your butt. You won't have to go to the doctor for a colonoscopy anymore.
Well, it's you know, Bill, it's really obscene. We don't need things to happen like this. For what? What purpose is it?
The robots are coming because they don't have any regulation to stop them.
Because we don't have a public initiative.
Because we don't have
and referendum.
The corporations want them, and if the corporations want them, the government's behind them.
I don't disagree with that.
Because remember, you're just a peon. They're allowed to do whatever they want to you.
Well, they believe we're farm animals. That we, in their mind, their God put us on this planet in order to be workhorses or donkeys or whatever for them.
Yeah, I'm nobody's donkey.
Well, you work for a living.
Yeah. I have the picture of the.
You work for a living.
I just got the picture of that
I work for a
olive tree.
living.
Huh?
I said you worked for a living, and I worked for a living. These people, they don't, they call it work. What they do is talk.
It's slavery.
That's what a congressman and a senator does. They fucking talk.
Yeah.
They don't do shit. Oh, they gotta write their signature sometimes. They don't even read everything that they're writing. There's no doubt about that. They don't even read everything that they vote on.
Yeah.
That should be illegal.
After we vote. And they
how the heck can these senators?
They're allowed to come and anally violate you once a month because they didn't read the bill before they signed it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you got bills, you got things that end up being laws, and then you have people that have to implement them or not implement them. And we already know that laws are being picked and chosen what's going to be implemented. I'm not saying that every single law on the book should be implemented, because I think we would have a really fucked up place to live in if it was.
I think with technology that we have today, that we don't need Congress and we don't need a Senate, because everybody has their phone, and you can grab your phone and you can vote every this bill, that no, yes, no. Yeah, what are this week's bills? Maybe they give you 30 days. This is going to be up for your voting, and you make your vote. Right there with your phone, verified. That fingerprint can only be used once, but you got 10 fingers, so you're going to vote 10 times with 10 different fingers.
Well, yeah, I mean, now you're on board with what it was I was trying to originally talk about. Having public initiative and having referendum.
Representation. Because those lawyers that are in Congress and the Senate do not represent us. They represent themselves and the corporations that pay them.
and when something goes wrong, that's what the senators and the congressmen are supposed to be there for. That's like, let's say, way back in the old days when they used to get mail delivered by a horseback. One of a horseback rider showed up at the congressman's office or the senator's office and say, okay, this is what our constituents want us to do, and they get all these things, and they're all in the same exact handwriting. They say, hey, wait a minute. This is not what all the constituents want me to do. This is in the same exact goddamn handwriting. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to stop. That's what they're supposed to interfere with. But they don't even have a system where they can hear what you and I think about a matter, let alone actually vote on something, because in reality, they're only servants they're supposed to be representatives. If they're not representing the public opinion, and we haven't decided yet on what percentage of the public that they have to represent, but they're not even representing a portion of the public opinion yet.
My congresswoman has actually taken orders from me.
That's nice.
I ordered a bacon cheeseburger, Swiss cheese.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and she made me a hamburger.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that hamburger, because that's the last order she's going to take from you.
Burger. It's Shooters in Rifle, Colorado. It's that is her restaurant, or it's a bar and grill, or it's just a grill, Shooter's Grill, and all the waitresses have a pistol on their hip, and nobody pinches their asses.
Yeah, I don't know if it's connection on my end or your end, but the video's doing funky things.
That's I better check my. You know, when I drop off, sometimes it's my battery. I got 37% battery, and it's plugged in. It's that the sending my video drains the battery. So, like, if I'm just watching YouTube, it doesn't. The battery gains stuff. But if I'm on Zoom, if I'm broadcasting my video, then it uses the battery faster. So what I got to do here, I got to
what it's doing is it's stuttering, the video stutters and the audio stutters, and it goes ping, ping, ping.
Oh, I wonder what network I'm on. It might be just your end, because I hear you fine. Street, what's your send and receive doing, Street? The Street, I think Street's either getting a beer or taking a pee.
It's too early for a nap for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's refilling his beer. He went down to the liquor. He went down to the convenience store to get some more beer. Yeah, Redneck says it's good. It's just your local. Usually it's just the local. I just turned my brightness on my phone way down, so I got a bright screen on my laptop. That's working good. So I got that.
I can see it all right as far as my video and hear the audio, but that's probably because it doesn't go out into the server to do that. Or maybe it does, because we're hooked to StreamYard.
Your local network is probably what's your local cable company. This time of night is rush hour on the internet, and so sometimes it's a little slow.
But yeah, there's lots of work to do, but you know, people have not been able to get together and start working in the right direction. You know, have you ever heard of groups that are looking to start public referendum and public initiative for the federal government level?
Well, I avoid the Antifa and the who those guys? Yeah, that's Antifa. That's that started the break-in on the Capitol.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who them people are, but see, they're taking it in the wrong direction. And in actuality, I heard some questioning in the Senate with the FBI and questioning about that there were FBI agents in and amongst that group, literally prompting people to do these bad things they were doing.
Yeah.
And the FBI was refusing to answer the questions.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on what party's running the FBI.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Bill. That's what I'm saying. These people, not only do they not care if there was actually an uprising with guns in this country, they are actually inviting it.
Yeah.
And it's not the right way for it to go. Like I said, that's the very, 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 very last thing that happens in a tyranny. We haven't even got past the very first very. We haven't even.
If Forrest Fenn is still alive, then you know where you find him? Where he's hiding?
Do I know where to?
Forrest
Would I
Fenn
know
is
where to
hiding
find
at
him?
Mar-a-Lago.
Where?
At Mar-a-Lago.
I don't know what that is.
That's Donald Trump's resort.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I went to a party down there with him. Him and Trump were there. He's hanging out with Trump. Yeah.
yeah. I have no reason to believe that Forrest is around.
Yeah. I got to bring my art down to Fenn's gallery, his whole gallery, and see if they want to, and I guess try some other galleries if they don't want it.
It couldn't hurt. I mean, if you don't like any of the venues that you can find out on the internet, it can't hurt to do it the old-fashioned way and go approach the galleries like any other artist would.
Yeah.
Hell, if you're going to do some cold calling, you couldn't have picked a better city close to you, Bill, than Santa Fe for cold calls and like gut galleries, man.
Yeah, they have quite a few galleries up in Denver on Santa Fe Avenue.
Do they?
And every Friday they have an art walk on Santa Fe Art Walk in Denver. See, people don't know that Santa Fe Avenue, what highway it goes all the way to Santa Fe. Yeah, that's why it's Santa Fe. That was the road you took from Denver to go to Santa Fe.
I have a question for you, Bill. I was thinking about this last night because I was thinking about those, what the heck do they call them? NFTs, NTPs, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Is your artwork, when you sell it, are you going to sell one original piece, or are you going to keep copying the same pieces?
Oh, I have 30,000 different art things and more than double that of photos.
Okay, so you're going to
turn every one of them into an NFT. I don't have to duplicate.
Okay, so you're going to sell just original single copies.
Yeah.
Copyrights given to the new owner.
No, an NFT, you own it as long as it's out there. You have a piece of, every time it sells, you get 10%. You get a 10% cut of the sale.
No, but I mean, as far as when you go out and you go to sell at a gallery, you're going to sell them as originals, where whoever buys it gets the copyright to it.
Well, they can, but if they want to make money on the NFT, they have to sell it to somebody else for a higher price. Then they make a profit, but I get 10% of that sale, no matter how far down the line it goes. I get 10% of it every time it sells.
Right. If you're involved, if you create the NFT.
Yeah, right. So, and so in this matter, I can give them away to other people that are in the NFT market. They sell them. They're making a profit. I'm getting a cut of it. And then when the people they sell it to sell it, I get another cut. And when they sell it, I get another cut. And as it goes up. And so if I give them away, it's putting them on the market. I may not get anything for it initially, but I'm going to get money for it when they resell it. And so if you want to start printing it and claim a copyright on it, then you can't sell it to somebody else without selling them the copyright on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you're going to go around selling your hard copy prints that you already have printed up, you're going to sell them.
NFTs are not hard copy; they're digital money.
I'm not talking about the NFTs. I'm not talking about the NFT part of it. I'm
The
talking about when you go to a
physical print is totally different. There are some that I won't sell as an NFT because I want to sell them as actual prints.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you sell the print, are you selling it as an original and the owners get a copyright, or are you selling it as multiple copies?
I'm not the NFT expert. I know that if you're the current owner, then you can print whatever you do, whatever you want with it. But
Bill,
you have a problem then when you sell it to somebody else. Then they have a right. Then your copyright's like, well, you sold it to somebody else. Now they can print it, and you can't.
I'm talking about when you go into a gallery. Let's say you go into Matuccio's gallery, right? And you say, I got these prints I would like to sell to you, or have you sell them for me. Are you selling them as originals, or are you making copies of them?
They're all original. I only print pretty much one of each one now. I have some others that I printed like 10 or 12 prints, and it says one of whatever. And most of them I didn't sell. So the ones that are when it says someone might have someone says one of 6 or one of 10, and I haven't sold the other 9. So it's the only one out there really when they're,
Okay, so you would be selling a print as an original, transferring copyrights to the new owner, where you're not going to make another copy of it and sell it.
No. If somebody wants to have a copyright to it, they're going to have to pay a whole lot more for it. They only own a print.
Okay, so you've already considered
the ones that I sell as prints. I could make it an NFT and just put it in my vault where I don't ever sell that NFT until I'm going to get a really good offer for it. If it becomes a famous print.
Well, if you turn it into an NFT, you've already lost the copyright to it.
No, you haven't.
Huh?
No.
You would once it leaves you and gets sold to somebody else. You automatically
you're receiving royalties every time it sells. You're the one at the top of the pyramid for that print.
Right, but you can't copy it. You can't put a second one out.
You can't have somebody else to print it or something. That's all. That all doesn't matter to me. Because
so if I was to buy
understand how it works to make it work for me.
So if I was to buy a print from you, right, a hard copy,
yeah,
and I wanted to buy it and I wanted to have the full copyrights to it, where you're not going to make any more copies of it.
Yeah.
How much does one of those cost?
That's where I need. That's why I need a public relations person or an art manager or something, because I have no idea what to charge for something like that.
Okay.
I'm not a professional in that field. And so I would seek a professional in that field before I would make such an arrangement, to make sure that I'm not getting the shaft on it,
Okay.
And as far as selling it, I think my new concept, like I know a few people that are selling NFTs or in the NFT market, and I say, here's 10 or 20 images, give them 10, 20 NFTs to put out on the market. And every time that any one of them sell or resale after resale after resale, I'm getting a 10% cut of that each sale. And and that's
You
like,
have an agreement with, you have an
then when
agreement.
you want to talk about printing them on paper and putting them in a gallery, it's like, I don't give a fuck. It's too much of a pain in the ass. I'm making money here. Why should I deal with that bullshit?
So you got people that give you a written contract that you're going to get 10%?
No, it's built in when you sell your NFT.
Well, you just said you were going to give them to somebody else.
The computer knows this is the originator. He gets 10% of every sale.
Oh, so you're going to create the NFT.
That's what the art is, the NFT. The digital file, the JPEG file is the NFT.
Well, that's part of it. You have to set it up.
No, all I have to do is load it on the website and pass it on to somebody else. Let them sell it.
Not
I make
if
a
it's not
profit.
set up.
Every time it sells in 2030, when it sells again to the 500th person, I get a cut of that.
Well, I was reading about it last night, and you have to set up an NFT.
Yeah, I do. I have the accounts and all, and I've had a couple of them sitting there. I paid to put one on an auction, and nobody looked at it. But I know people that are selling NFTs, and my approach is, well, they're already known. They have people looking at their stuff. Nobody's looking at my stuff. I'm going to give it to somebody where it's going to get seen and sold, and then I'll get my money for it.
Can I ask you a question?
You got to understand how it works.
Oh, I do understand how it works. So what company did you set up your NFT with?
It's just my name, me, myself, and I. Company.
No, I mean the company that you set up the NFT.
Oh, they're on OpenSea.
Okay, I seen that one. That's supposed to be the most popular
I got
one.
a couple of them there.
Okay. Yeah, when I was looking into it last night, that was the most popular was
Jason
OpenSea.
says if you want one of my pictures, copyright and all, and I don't print any more of it, then it's $2,500. He says. and like Forrest, I don't want any customers. I'm not going to make $3,000. If I'm not going to make $3,000, I don't want to deal with the bullshit. Yeah. No, I think trusted is related to Santa Claus, right, Street?
That's what I heard.
Merry Christmas.
I heard that.
2 years ago, I grew a beard for. I started in August and grew my beard for Christmas for the grandkids while they were still young, so I could go over and look like Santa Claus. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, I don't do the Santa Claus thing.
Oh. Why do I see it there?
The Santa Claus story is just the first lie that parents tell the kids before they indoctrinate them into religion and start telling them more lies.
Yeah.
Did you have any kids, Trusted?
4. They're all grown up and they're all adults now. And yes, we did have Christmas, but no, I don't ever remember telling the Santa Claus story.
I have one child, and I named him Chris. Hey, Jason. Now, did I see? Yeah, no, he's got. Yeah, I told YouTube I want to give my moderators axes, not wrenches. But one thing, when I click on like those Russian bots, the Russian bots on YouTube, it lets me put them in a timeout or hide user on this channel. But on the Streamlab, it lets me block that person.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's nice there.
Well, Bill, I think I'm going to pull off this. The way this audio and video keeps working, it's hard to keep track of what's even being said.
Are you on a phone or a computer?
I'm on a phone.
Okay, go on your phone and your network connections and networks, and tell it to scan for networks and select your own cell company.
That's all I use.
Well, no. They when they put you on roaming, they'll put you on another network that has a slower data and all that shit.
I'm not roaming anywhere.
To make sure that I'm on T-Mobile.
I'm not roaming anywhere. I'm on my regular network.
The phone switches your networks without you knowing. Believe me.
When I'm sitting at my same location?
Yep, does it to me. I have to get, when I notice, okay, things are slow, let's make sure I got the connection to T-Mobile, which is what I've subscribed to. Because the other other companies, if they get a hold of they got you and you're using data on their network, then they can bill T-Mobile for the data you used. And so you don't want to be, you want to make work that you're paying for.
Yeah, I've never seen mine leave the network that I'm paying for.
The companies will hijack you so they can make money off of your network.
Well, I'm not going to open it up while I'm doing this because I don't know what I'm doing with a lot of that stuff. So I'm not going to open it up right now in the middle of this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
be Jimmy Dean.
I'm going to bow out right now.
Okay.
Take it easy,
I don't know, maybe I'll go back. Hopefully I won't ruin anything when I go looking into my connections. It was a pleasure talking with you, Bill. It was a pleasure talking with you, Street. And I'll be watching you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it easy, man. Later.
All right.
All right. There you go. You want boop. And then we got the green blob.
That snow still hasn't melted, man. It's cold in here.
Yeah. I just had a funny one. I was going to go change your username to Mr. Magoo.
That was honestly, that was my nickname back in Mr. I had these squinty ass eyes when I got high and a big ass fucking bulbous nose. Yeah, they called me Mr. Magoo, man. You won't be the first, Bill. I'm used to it.
A lot of people millennials don't know who Mr. Magoo is. Candy didn't even know who the dude was.
Oh, shit. You got to know who the dude is. It's the dude, man. It's the dude. How can you not know the dude?
My identical twin. You ever notice these pins on my hat? Oh, where's one? Where is it? Where is it? How come it ain't? There it is.
2024 or 2020? Yeah.
Orange guy.
No comment, Bill. No comment. We've had enough. We've had enough politics for tonight. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, on Rumble they have the X22 report. It used to be on YouTube, but they got banned for telling the truth. It'll give you the update of what's really happening behind the scenes. But they won't tell you. You know, they're more concerned with making sure Spotify doesn't that musicians all leave Spotify and boycott Spotify because of Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I noticed the thing today, a matter of fact. Whoopi Goldberg, she's on the View show, right?
Yeah.
She made a comment, and I had watched a few things prior saying, in today's technology, All it takes is one sentence, and it can fucking socially put you in like exile, man. Exile. It can ruin people's careers and blah blah.
Yeah.
She made a comment. Did you hear about what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah, all she said was the Holocaust was not a racist thing. And fuck, they blew, oh, you, how insensitive, blah, blah. Her last name is Goldberg.
Yeah.
Goldberg. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and she had to put out, they gave her 2 week fucking, pay, oh, you gotta, slap on the wrist. Oh, but see how one fucking, I agree with her. I see both sides. It
Yeah.
wasn't a racist thing. No, he didn't just pick on Jews. He picked on their. You know why he picked on Jews, in my opinion? Because they were fucking rich and he needed money. That's why he picked
Yeah.
on it. Plus, he had a hard on. Some fucking Jewish person did something to him when he was in a kid or whenever, and he's had a resentment. Well, the main
Yeah. Yeah.
fact
You want
why
to
he
find a.
picked. Well, the main
We
fact he
know.
picked. No,
We
sorry,
know.
brother.
We know who the politician with the hard on is. It's the guy with the cigars and the girl in the blue dress.
Yeah, well, he picked on them for he wanted their fucking money, man. He wanted their fucking money. But here it is. Okay, she made it simple, and I took it simple. It wasn't degrading. It wasn't fucking nothing atrocious about it. She wasn't saying it didn't happen. It wasn't hell for these people. No. All she said, it wasn't racist. And I agreed with her, man. Yeah, I can see that. It wasn't racist. He just fucking didn't like that particular, and he wanted their money. But look how society twisted and turned it. She got 2 weeks off. She had to put out a public apology. Oh my God. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with this world, man? You
Yeah.
can't even give your opinion without losing a career, man. What the fuck?
Speaking of Whoopi, whatever happened to Ted Danson?
Wasn't he on some like series or some shit here recently? Man, I don't watch TV. That I got Hulu and Netflix and Discovery. Wasn't he on like some series where he was God? He played God, and it was like in heaven or something. One of my kids watched
I
it.
don't know. I just ain't seen him much. Not long after Cheers, he kind of faded away.
Well, one of my kids is into it. It was a series. She's not a person that should go to heaven, man, and she goes to heaven, and then she's like God or something.
You got to see the chat. The dude is in the chat.
The dude abides. What's happening, dude?
Yeah. The dude abides. Jeff Bridges. Could not read right, so he signed his name as Dude. Dued. He put his plays all over the West. Good example. My name is Up and to the Right. 95. That's cool. We got the dude in the room. Wouldn't that be great to have Jeff Bridges on the channel?
He comes from a very distinguished acting family, man, like the Douglases. It's a very distinguished family.
When I seen him in Starman, it's like, man, that dude looks like me. That was before he was the dude.
Yeah. Oh, he was young in that, man. He was young in the Starman.
Starman was a great movie. I love that movie. And I've been to that crater twice.
Really?
Yeah. I did I did a panorama picture, like 180 panorama from the rim, so you can see the whole crater in one shot.
If I'm not mistaken, the female lead in that movie, she's the one who ended up going like crazy in Hollywood, right? She ended up like literally going crazy. Is that her?
Yeah.
She's the same girl from Superman, the early Superman, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Sutherland, Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
I think she actually she went crazy.
That's a good one. I'm honored to have the dude in the room.
Yeah.
This is and John Teeter. We got time travelers. Oh, where'd it go? Fudge. I was trying to put the chat on type and everything was disappearing. Let me go back down because I got my bright. Now wondering if this worked on my phone. What is my percentage? 24%. Oh, so I went from 30-something%. I'm down to 24% on my phone battery.
Jason says, Street, what did you think of good old, I'm assuming, Iowa weather? Iowa weather? I've never been to Iowa that I remember.
I remember Iowa's first place I've seen fireflies.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't
have
them
them in California.
No shit.
No, fireflies, probably west. They're all like east of the Mississippi mostly.
Holy shit, Bill. When we were growing up young, we used to like catch them and put them in jars for lights, or we'd like smash their ass end, the part that illuminates, and write our name on the sidewalk and shit. We used to have fun with fireflies, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you could write something like in something really that attracts flies, like write something with poo, and at night the flies will land on it, and you'll see the words will illuminate like LEDs.
The funnest part was getting into it was a Skippy for me. It was a Skippy peanut butter glass jar, and we'd punch holes in the lid to give them air, and you just filled. My brothers and I would all fill it up, and who had the brightest light at the end of the night.
Yeah. And you know, I'm actually related to Jeff Bridges.
Really?
Back in the colonies, like in the 17, I think it's in the 1600s. I'm related to some Bridges in Massachusetts or Connecticut or something, and I'm related to Chevy Chase, and because I'm descended from William Chase, who was a pilgrim on Cape Cod. I'm related to John Adams and John Quincy Adams, and President what was his name? Franklin Pierce. It wasn't President Franklin; it was President Franklin Pierce. But he married one of my cousins, and Mark Twain, Samuel L. Clemens, is a third cousin, 4 times removed.
Oh. Pierce is one of those forgotten presidents. There's a few of them, man. It's totally fucking forgotten in history, man. The early 1800s. They're totally fucking
1845 or something. It was just not long before Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he married a McGregor.
Buchanan. Well, Buchanan's another one. Buchanan, man. Who knows anything about Buchanan's administration? Not much.
But I'm also there was I have a cousin who runs the East Derry Historical Museum, in Derry, New Hampshire, or East Derry, New Hampshire, and named yeah. When I tell you his name, John Holmes. But he's one that gave me the book of the 2 James Rogers that I put it in a glass frame. I've just framed it, you know, and but it's from the 1895 book, I think, about the two James Rogers families in that part of New Hampshire. But so he's a descendant of Robert Rogers. I'm a descendant of Robert Rogers' brother. And Robert Rogers was more popular than George Washington. And John Stark brought him to Washington's camp in Amherst, Massachusetts, or something like that. Because Rogers wanted to join the Continental Army, but because Rogers was more popular than George Washington, Washington didn't want him there. But the way they snuck him into the camp was that he was disguised as an Indian. He had on the war paint and feathers and all. He's just a peaceful Indian, you know. But so Washington wouldn't let him join his ranks, and so he captured Nathan Hale and brought him back to the British, and he's the first American spy to be executed.
Funny how history works. I'm going to grab a beer, Bill. I'll be right back.
But I'm also related to Nathan Hale. So it's like, yeah, my fifth great uncle had one of my cousins executed. Thanks again. Yeah. You know, I thought I was thinking, you know, what Forrest was saying about, oh, if you're the finder, you want to hide, and you don't want them to know, and there's gonna be this appraisal and that. I think the rumors about it getting appraised, it probably did get appraised, and so that's going to be taken care of when the time comes. It's already, the appraisal's just already been done. So I think Forrest covered the appraisal. We are related. No, I don't know. There was that art student. Well, I may have left some skin in some rugs. Yeah, I have the Bridges family is in my family tree, and I think they're related to the guy that was. They're tied in with the Robert Sedgwick family also. The Sedgwicks and the James Avery Point, Groton, Connecticut. That's one of my ancestors, Captain James Avery, and there's a statue of him downtown, and there's a big pole with his bust up on top of it. Your cousins are Fenns from Texas? Uh-oh. Luli's an insider. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think Jeff Bridges, the dude is like maybe 8-10 years older than me.
Yeah, I think he like 40s. Wasn't he born in like 40s, man?
Yeah.
And then the one brother is older. I think Jeff Bridges is the younger of the acting ones. He has an older brother, man.
Oh, there's another family that's in my family tree, is the Baldwins. They were in the colonies too.
That's another Hollywood family, man. Yeah, it didn't start with the dad. It's just the 3 brothers. There was 3 of them.
Yeah, that's why the Bridges and the Baldwins are all good looking. You know, they're from my bloodline.
What the fuck are you trying to say here, Bill?
They have some of that the Da Vinci Code blood. We're tied to the. Well, I think I don't know where they're tied to it, but I know my family's tied to it on a branch out of my great what was it, 4th great grandmother or 5th great grandmother, Mary Shaw, and her brother was a congressman just right at, you know, when the country was new. He was a congressman from Vermont, I believe. David Shaw, I think, was his name. But that's my fan. I got a pitch. She was married to guess who?
Who?
Moses Hinman.
Ah, I knew Moses had to be in there someplace. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Two of my would be my fourth great grandfather and fifth great grand was Moses and Moses Jr. So
Well, hell, for years, I mean, up until like probably the early 1900s, biblical names were very popular to name. It didn't matter what religious. I mean, America, they had all kinds of biblical names: Abraham and John and Moses,
yeah,
Ezekiel.
I'm getting a very good idea for a stunt. I'll email it to you.
Okay.
Huh?
I said okay.
Yeah, we'd have to act fast. Maybe we can get Greg to put it on it because it would require hiring somebody to pull the stunt off.
A patsy. We need a patsy, man. We need to hire a patsy.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
Well,
Luli says Greg's gonna. You want to come in and talk about it, Luli? Because you
well,
maybe know more than I do.
she asked me in there about Saturday.
Saturday and Greg's hosting.
Yeah, she said, "Are you excited about Saturday?" I said, "Yes and no." And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, Greg says it's his last show, man. I'm excited that it's, a show, but then it's his last show. Yeah, it's like yes and no. I'm excited. It's just weird."
Did it? Did it work? Oh, I got my screen unbright. Oh,
Trusted just said he's back
yeah.
in the backstage.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, I'm
Yeah,
just sitting here backstage with the roadies.
I had my screen on my phones turned down the brightness all the way down, so it's really hard to see.
Uh-huh.
How's the roadies doing, man? How's the roadies doing, Trusted? They okay?
Pretty good. Pretty good. They showed me how to use my phone, and my data roaming is not even on. So that wasn't the issue. But if it acts up again, if I'm having a really hard time, then I'll just sit quiet. But it's working right now. But hey, Bill, my in-laws, the McGregors, are related to you.
Right, yeah. They're from they were the first settlers in Nutfield, New Hampshire.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was funny that night that you first told me that. I thought about it. I was like, oh my goodness, I was told about that they were in that cemetery in Derry. And I want to say that there's actually a little portion of cemetery, isn't there? That's like a little triangle.
It's kind of little fenced off spot says first settlers. Yeah, those are my ancestors.
Yeah, so related to one of my in-laws also.
There was a story about a guy named was it Moses Sanders? It was a mafia hit in Toledo, Ohio, and why'd that come up? Because Moses Rose come up there too when I searched for Moses Toledo, Moses Bell Toledo, and because his girlfriend, her name was Bell, and she got killed. He missed the bullets because it was a mobster hit about alcohol and shit. And it's a story in Toledo, Ohio, in 1931 or something. Alice M. Bell, Sanders family. Oh, it was his girlfriend Alice. Yeah, 19. No, that's a different Moses there then. But I'm trying to find the story on the internet here.
Well, I've seen a lot of links, and a lot of them make sense that the reason the two Kennedy brothers got assassinated is because, yeah, they didn't do what the mob wanted them to do. The
Yeah.
mob helped them get in, and then they didn't do what, especially Bobby as Attorney General.
Yeah.
He kind of put his fucking foot down on him. It's like, motherfuckers, man. All right.
Well, yeah, the mob's the deep state.
Yeah.
Yeah, on November 29th, 1932, Jack Kennedy and his girlfriend, Louise Bell, went to the Paramount Theater to see If I Had a Million. Afterwards, they got in his Pontiac coupe and headed to his studio club at the intersection of Superior and Jackson. A sedan with several La Cavalry gang members pulled up alongside and sprayed Jack's coupe with bullets. Jack was leaning forward at the time, but Louise was hit multiple times and died at St. Vincent's. Jack saw the killers, but didn't reveal their identities to police. Instead, he vowed revenge and swore he would drape her grave with their bodies. And that was in Toledo, Ohio. There you have
what happens in Toledo stays in Toledo.
There you have another car riddled with bullets, a guy named Jack, and a bell. Ring my bell. I wonder.
Bill, your chat is hopping tonight. You got the dude in there. You got Don King just showed up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, is it? Hopefully it's not the Don King from El Paso.
Yeah. How's the hair doing, Don?
Yeah.
You know, here's a fun fact for you, ladies and gentlemen. Don King got his college degree in the prison in the city I live in. He got sent there for murder. Got a college degree, came out, and look what happened to him.
I lived next door to MC Hammer's studio for a couple months. Just before I moved to Colorado in 1989. They were recording Can't Touch Us. You always hear the wall was always going boom, 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 boom. You know?
I never understood those parachute pants, man. Never understood that style.
Yeah. Hey, Whoopi. Yeah, I checked my power on my thing here. 17%. Oh.
Oh, this Don King's from the Phoenix area. Okay. Sorry.
Good.
Sorry, Don.
Good, because if you remember Alamo Rose, the guy she was divorcing was a Don King.
Oh, shit.
So this Don King's okay. Dizzy Dean and Don King and Whoopi and who's that? Jason Nofak. Oh, I mean, no.
Chasing No Find. Chasing No Find.
Jason No Find. Yeah. Why didn't Jason come in? He's gone private. Oh, there is somebody there. There. Oh, Luli, how you doing? She's coming. she's going to talk about Greg and his. He's not going to host. There's nobody packing a gun and arranging protests anymore. I don't think the protest march on Fenn is it's not it's not a big political calling,
Well, I told him I would go to the courthouse, and I was going to have a big sign that just said, "Help me."
Yeah.
Help me. That's it. Just help me.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's going to go camping and drop some fireworks with a drone over the campsite.
Yeah, I didn't see any sense of having any kind of protest or going to Forrest's old house or the courthouse. I didn't see any logic in doing that kind of thing. I don't know what Greg was thinking was going to be achieved by that.
I know Jason gets it. Yeah. Don't give a fuck. Yeah. Luli was. I let her in. I clicked on the thing to let her in. Add person. There.
She disappeared.
She's back again. There. Yeah, like the thing, little red buttons on my phone that the brightness is turned way down so it doesn't lose battery so fast.
Shit, she popped right back out, Bill.
Yeah, I let her in and she drops back out.
She must be having some kind of connection problem.
Yeah.
I think you have to hit that accept or the mic com MIC/COM. You got to hit that button and then it like lets you. I think that's what it is. The mic com button.
I let her in twice. I sent Greg a thing, but I sent it on Messenger. Is use StreamYard. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not Zoom, Luli. This isn't Zoom, it's StreamYard, so it uses just a browser.
Yeah, I didn't have to download. Trust it, we didn't have to download. You don't have to log in. You just like hit the invite thing, but it'll ask you that question. It's like mic and com.
Yeah, I like the StreamYard. I like the idea that the person doesn't have to download an app.
Yeah, you use the link, Luli. Just use that link. You were there, but you weren't. Yeah, you weren't turning on
the mic and the com.
Mic and camera. Yeah. Just like Zoom, any of them, you got. Oh yeah, use the mic and use the camera. They they make electrical tape for covering up cameras when you don't want people looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it was an icy drive. And I went to the post office and they you know in the winter when there's snow on the road, the yellow light should last twice as long. I come up, the light turns yellow, I'm hitting the brakes, and I'm just sliding into the intersection. Okay, and the light went red, and a car on the cross street started to go, and I just blew on the horn. It's not stopping. Look out!
I live in Central Ohio. We're getting Greg's going to get it worse than me. He's more north. We're looking at 7 to 12 inches with 1/10 of an inch worth of ice underneath.
Oh, yeah. To get 6 inches, it's got to be a little drift next to the car, but and there's gravel. I they don't even plow the road here. I was going down the road and there's like little snowdrift waves across the road, and so it's kind of like being in the boat and you. It's like going over the waves.
The last time I went to Cimarron, New Mexico, to go on a treasure hunt, overnight we got a foot of snow, and I discovered that they don't plow right away around that area.
Yeah.
I had to drive through 1 foot deep of snow for 50 miles.
Did you have both hands on the steering wheel? Did you have both hands on the steering? Did you have both hands on the steering wheel?
Yeah, I had both hands on the steering wheel, but it was like driving through a airport, driving down an airport runway. All there was a big swath of white, and I stayed towards the middle of it.
Yeah.
To try to make sure that I was on the road the whole time, hoping I wouldn't run into just a big, wide open, flat area and not even know if I'm on the road anymore.
Yeah. I
figured a place like that. I figure a place like that, they take care of their snow right away. I grew up in the Northeast, and whether it was Massachusetts, New Hampshire, or Maine, they take care of the snow right away, and they put salt and sand down right away.
Yeah. I was driving. Me and a friend, we were heading to go skiing in my Pontiac Fiero that's only got 4 inches of clearance, and we got to the part of the road going over Immigrant Pass in California, and there was no plow had been there. There was like 6-8 inches of snow on the road. There was a truck stuck in the snow off the side of the road, and we went past them in my rear wheel drive, mid engine little sports car. The snow was coming over the top of the car, and we went, phew. And it was about 3 miles like that. We made it through there with a Pontiac Fiero. Yeah, that was pretty. I just wanted to put skis on, have skis to strap onto the front wheels, you know.
Did you like that Fiero?
Huh?
Did you like having the Fiero?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. Did 140 miles in an hour with it.
When they first came out, I thought those were the best car in the world. I was like, yeah, that's an affordable, really cool looking sports car. I never did get one though.
Yeah. Candy said she was gonna go live. Well, Bill, let's steal Bill's. I don't do that to her. You know, I'm not gonna care now. Yeah, well, but it's like I prefer that they're not on, so that people watch. You know, while I'm live.
Well, she just left because Santa Claus was here, and she didn't want to sit on my lap and tell me if she's been naughty or nice.
Yeah. She's convinced. She's convinced you're like one of the. What is it? What's that fucking one?
Dirty old man.
not Granite Granny, but like one of those. You know, those voice fucking videos that come out. She's convinced you're one of them, man.
Oh yeah, I know. I heard her say that she was convinced that I was you, and then she was convinced that I was Granite Granny, and you know she's just obviously guessing at these different characters on who else they might be.
Well, I found it. I go on her show a lot, man, like a lot, and she's like, well, and I watched one of her episodes that I never went on, and she's like, yeah, I guess Street must have some problems with me because I seen him. He had Trusted Living on his live stream Saturday. I'm like, fuck. I put the link up. Anybody. That's why I put the link up. I don't care who the fuck comes on, man. Come on. It doesn't mean like I'm in cahoots or aligned with anybody or like it's some coalition. It's just fuck. There's a link. Come on aboard, man. I don't care. Hell, 99's on there. In the Wood 99 comes on.
Yeah, I seen her pop up on Bill's channel here, and I came on anyhow.
Huh.
Well, I have an issue. I always have. I mean, we're talking from childhood. Just because I used to sell weed back in the day when I went to school, middle school,
No
man.
way.
I got along with everybody, man. I'm friends with everybody. It doesn't mean I don't like you because I talk to this person or I like this person. It just means I get along with everybody, man. Or at least I try to.
Yeah, I usually can get along with people pretty well, but when opinions start clashing and then people start inciting one of another, it happens.
Yeah, and some people are too soft, too Karen-y. Uh, you know, they can't take a little bit of criticism or a pun, a joke. Sometimes you're just joking.
Well, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words
Yeah.
shall never hurt you. I mean, come on, man. If you're taking someone's words so serious that it affects your life, you need to reevaluate your life. You need to start
Yeah.
with you, man, not the person saying the shit. You need to start with yourself, the person in the mirror, in my opinion.
Yeah. It was like the time I was hitchhiking and then I walked like 4 miles and wasn't getting anywhere. And I had a job to do and I was picking up my car in Eugene. I was leaving the coast trying to get to Eugene. And I had my thumb out there so long, I said, next car, I'm flipping them off instead of the thumb. I flipped him off. And he pulled over and he said, you must have been waiting a long time. I'll give you a ride. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, but it worked though. That's what surprised me. That worked. Oh my God. The first one that I did it to.
I think the YouTube community, in my opinion, it goes back to you always hear this isn't high school, and they throw it like it's degrading. What the comment
Yeah.
is intended to be degrading. You're acting like high
Yeah.
school. Well, you know what? You acted like high school in elementary. You acted like high school in. I mean, you're always going to act like that's society. That's the world. You pick your little clique and you try to belong to it and group in and find something that everybody's common, blah, blah, blah. But then you got the groups that it's just a fake facade. When they smile, they're actually angry. When they're angry, they're actually happy. I mean, I never could subscribe to that group, man. I mean, I guess they call it wearing your heart on your sleeve. If I like you, you'll know I like you. If I don't, if you piss me off, I'll let you know. I mean, I'm not going to hide it, man. There's no reason for me to
Yeah.
hide it. But
Yeah.
yet in today's society, and I'll say millennials, they seem to think that is a bad trait to have. You're supposed to, well, that's because you grew up looking at a screen. Us three didn't. We looked at people in the face when we dealt with them, man. If you wanted to know where everyone's at, it's that old picture, that meme. Look where all the bicycles are at, man. That's where everyone's at. Knock on their door, call her,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just eliminated. There was a bot when they put that link that's like a little short, brief link, and it's like, no, that's a bot.
Well, Bill, you hit on it. You've said it since I've been watching you in 2016. It's sticks and stones. Words can never hurt me, man. If words are
Yeah.
hurting people, I'll say it again. You need to look at yourself, man. You need to reevaluate. If someone's words that you don't even know, it's supposedly a perfect stranger, which I'd argue, even though we've never met in person, you two are not perfect strangers. If someone says, "Hey, you know Trusted Little?" Yeah, I know him. You know Bill? Bill? Yeah, man, I know him. Even though we've never met, we're not perfect strangers. So this thing about perfect strangers saying things. Well, even if a perfect stranger did, that's that perfect stranger. They must have seen something you said and they commented on it. There's no There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, just because you disagree with their comment, well, that's on you, not them. So you're hindering them from giving their opinion. I disagree with that, man. That's not the world I grew up in.
Yeah.
Well, the problem here with this so-called Forrest Fenn community is certain channels, such as K-Pro Cow channel, if a person won't follow the agenda, if they won't fall in line and go with the narration, that's how they get pushed off to the side, and then they get chastised, and then they get harassed by the group. And then once that's been done to a person enough, then they can do little things. And then when the person goes back at them because of the little things, they're like, oh, I didn't do nothing, or that wasn't nothing at all.
Or they
And they
sprinkle
know
with the
that.
news, like when Amy started doing her streams. Then they started telling her, "Oh, Bill Gorman this and Bill Gorman that. No, don't trust him." Yeah, you know, and
Right.
then they're going by hearsay instead of actually, well, what have I experienced? How has this person treated me? They're going by what these other people are telling them, which are freaking lies. And
Well,
and
they
and you're
slap
not
you in the
supposed to get
face.
upset.
They slap you in the face twice. They
Yeah.
degrade you, and then when you say something, they act like, "Oh, I don't even remember." They degrade you twice. That's what gets me. It's like, really, man? What if I say I'm pissed at you and you tell me, well, you have no right? That just fucking infuriates me. And like, what? I don't
Yeah.
like get pissed. I have other things to do in my life. If you upset me and piss me off, you had to said something that fucking pissed me off. Don't belittle me and saying, "Oh, it wasn't that bad," or "Oh, I don't remember it." Really? Okay, well, that's not my issue, man. Don't throw it back in my face and act like the fact that I brought it to your attention, there's something wrong with me. What the
Yeah.
fuck? What?
But it's all because the people won't follow the narrative that's trying to be established. They
Exactly.
look at it as being dissent, and a person that is in dissent, they're enemies now. And
Well,
that's
we
the
go
way that
back
they approach it.
and we go right back to the cliques, which is fucking high school. It's elementary. It's fucking middle school. It's the clique to be accepted and liked and appreciated.
Well, yeah, I really only seen the cliques up through junior high school. And actually, in 7th and 8th grade, which is junior high school where I grew up, out of 180 days each year, I only went 90. And I still graduated both years because they realized that they couldn't force me to go to school. So at the end of 7th grade, I had a meeting with the principal and my mother, and principal said, okay, these are the options. He can go to summer school, or he cannot go to summer school and take a test. And if he passes all his subjects, he can go to the 8th grade. So I said, okay, I'll see you when it's time to take the test, because, I didn't go during the regular year. You should have known that I wasn't going to go during the summertime. So anyhow, I took the tests. I passed all the tests. I went to the 8th grade. What do you think I did in the 8th grade? Same thing. I only went to school. I only went to school half the time. No, I didn't smoke pot.
I have a I have a very exact fucking same story, man. Luckily, it's the same thing. 7th grade, I didn't go enough. It's not that my grades are bad. They just said you missed too many days. We got to flunk you. And the test came up, and I'm like, yeah, give me a test, man. And I passed it. You know what these fuckers said? Well, the state still says we got to fail you because of the days. I'm like, then why'd you make me jump through this hoop? I had an older brother. He was 25 at the time, lived in California. Long story short, I moved to California and told him I was in the 8th grade. I went there for 3 semesters, got straight A's, and came back to the same school that flunked me in 7th and said, yeah, every class I said, don't even give me a book. I ain't opening it. And they're like, you have to. I'm like, I don't have to. Well, I came in with straight A's, right? I got straight S last semester and still graduated with a C. That's the last grade I ever went to. I said, I've had enough of you fucking people. You're stupid, man. You're stupid, all of you. Everything about you is stupid.
And they lie.
Yes.
Oh,
And they
I
lie.
had senior year, man. I was a library assistant, and I was a teacher's assistant in PE for skiing and swimming. I was a teacher's assistant for ski class. We had skiing for PE, camping, canoeing, sailing, cycling, bowling.
God damn, Bill. All we had was fucking dodgeball and like square dancing, man. For a snow. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Square dancing was third grade.
Well, square dancing is important in Ohio.
It
Yeah.
is, goddamn. In
Yeah.
sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, there was a whole semester of PE. And the fucked up part was you threw everybody. The boys would throw all one shoe into a pile, and the girls. That way, they thought it was, you just went up and picked a shoe. Well, all you had to do was look at the shoe of the, hey man, what shoe you wearing today? Look, Pam. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'll grab you. Here's my shoe, and But
Oh,
yeah, a
yeah,
whole semester.
I heard that.
I swear to God, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Oh, I'm thinking, how is that going to help me in life? How the fuck? Nothing you guys are teaching me is going to help me. No one is ever going to ask me. It will never benefit me to know the War of 1812, where it happened, who caused it. It don't fucking go. It's not going to matter to me, man. Why are you teaching me this shit? What? So I can square dance?
I heard the original Cinderella. Her sisters were cutting off pieces of their feet so they would fit in the shoe.
Yeah,
Oh,
the original Grimm story or whoever. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure they
yeah,
did.
the original Grimms. Yeah, they were cutting off their like toes or whatever so they could fit in her shoe.
but it wasn't it a fur shoe like a moccasin though? And
No, it was the ruby slippers that Dorothy eventually got from the witch.
I thought one of those stories, the original
It had to
story,
be
was
Cinderella's
slippers.
shoes, right? The ruby slippers.
Big Whoopi was an Olympic dodgeball champion.
Olympic dodgeball champ. Yeah. He play dodgeball is something that should be played in the cow pasture. You don't want to dive out of the way of the ball and land in a cow pie.
But I just reflect back, and I went to school. I saw what 60. I was born in 63, so 68. I was in kindergarten, and nothing. I mean, besides the basic reading, writing, arithmetic. I never had algebra. I've succeeded in life. I can balance a checkbook. I can count money. I can take care of. I mean, I don't need algebra's never come into my life
Your
ever.
girlfriend
Not
Alpha
like
would do your formulas. Yeah.
I mean, all the history dates they made me learn throughout the years. I don't think I've ever used them out of just casual conversation. Yeah, but I mean, as far as the necessity to benefit me in life, nope, none of that shit ever. Besides basic English or basic, writing, math.
Yeah.
I don't think they taught me anything, man. They taught me clicks. I did learn about clicks. That was like from kindergarten on, clicks, belonging to the right group and all, and acting properly and shut up and only talk when we talk to you and sit in the fucking how in I swear to God, it's inhumane fucking treatment, man, to make a
Yeah.
5-year-old sit in the fucking desk and not say and behave themselves and pay attention. That is inhumane treatment of a child, in my opinion.
Torture. Yeah.
I have 7 kids and 10 grandkids. I've never fucking made them sit in a chair for hours at a time where I talk to them and then ask them, what did I guess what I'm thinking?
Oh.
No. I told them, hey man, what do you want to do today? Well, let's go do it. Let's go run around. That's inhumane, man.
Yeah, I got an important announcement. Due to technical difficulties, and my phone is down to 4%. We're gonna have to close it up quick.
It's been a pleasure, Bill.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah,
living.
yeah. Nice having everybody in the dude in the chat.
I'm gonna
Time
go.
for
I'm gonna go
time
live
to-
Thursday. If I don't see you guys then, I'll see you Saturday at Greg's, man.
Yeah, I can go watch and chat and watch YouTube, but the transmitting the video is killing my phone.
Got it.
All right. Good night, Bill. Good chatting with you. Good night, Street. Good chatting with you. And good night
Yeah.
to all the good people in the chat.
Yep. Thanks everybody for watching, and cousin Luke, night. I have knights in my ancestry. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see y'all later.
Later, all.
Street.